Hey guys, welcome back to Flying in Space with Planet Head. This is day 3. Hey, I start talking, she shows up. Come on up, Maya. There she is. There she is. It's almost like clockwork. If I say a word, somebody needs to say hi. Say hi. You say hi over here? You say hi? Say hi. Okay, good girl. All right, off you go. Good job. Um, woo! So, this is the first day of my kind of weekend. Literally just woke up 10 minutes ago, an hour late. I had planned on waking up an hour earlier so I could watch the Eagles play. Turned it on, and they're down 21 to nothing. Hence, I'm sitting in front of my computer playing Eve. Uh, Perfect day to do Eve though, because it has been raining for the last week, and it's raining again today. Um, so I made myself a pot of coffee, got my mug here, which needs some. If this is there, I'm gonna have to try to do this little disclaimer at the beginning of every video, just because I don't want people to misunderstand what these videos are about. This is just kind of a video blog or something to that effect of me returning to Eve and just talking a little bit about what I've done since the last video, what I plan on doing this video, doing a little bit of stuff there, and just some random world like stuff that I'm doing. I actually have two things at the end of the video here. Boxes. Um, to kind of update you on some projects and things that I did that might be interesting to you that I started whenever I was not playing Eve. So I was trying to always keep the non-Eve stuff at the end. Let's see here. I made some notes from the last time I played. There they are. Um, and I got some stuff staring me in the face right now. Um, So let's just dive into it, I think. Uh, okay. God, I need more coffee. I think when this is done, I'm gonna make a bowl of soup and um and then do the same thing. Play some more Eve for the rest of the day. You may have a couple videos coming. Oh, I'm seeing my thingy. So I got this. If you know me, behind me, I slowly have been collecting coffee mugs from um vacations and places that I go. I got this beauty right here from it is a Ted Lasso mug, $3. I got it on half price discount and then clearance discount. And they had like 50,000 of these at this place. It's a great, huge mug. So I'm pretty happy with it. So you may see me with this for a while. I was about to break out one of my two Eve mugs that I have. One that one of the guys sent me that watches the channel about 2 years ago, which was awesome. And then one I got from FanFest. But to be honest, they're too small. Let's see what we got here. So well, they're not too small in general, but for today they are. So um, this is my Eve mug that I got at FanFest last year, and for a day like today, I don't know if you can tell, there's a little bit of a difference in size and amount of coffee that I can drink. So, you, my friend, are going back up here. And in its place, since it is getting colder out and uglier, I yanked out the old Eve Online hat that I got at FanFest last year. Why am I bringing up FanFest? Because that's what got me back into playing this year. I started getting we watched a couple videos ago. Um, there should be a playlist in the description of this video. Doing it just kind of uh, from chronologically as I'm making these videos. Um, uh, I wanted to get back to Eve, and I actually went to FanFest a year ago, and a little bit over a year ago, and it started popping up on my Facebook notifications, all my pictures and stuff that I took, and all the people that I met, things that I did in Reykjavik, and so that was that. So if you want to check this out from the beginning of the video series, please check it out. I got to make this intro shorter. Okay, let's get back in here. More coffee. You would think, as jumpy as I sound, that I don't need coffee, but I do. Good. Okay. So, plan for today. Um, Once I go through my notes here for the video, is to actually look around the general area of where I started with my rookie character out in the rookie system and get a general spot to get started, like kind of make my temporary home base to start with. I always call it my lean-to. It's not going to be a permanent place, but some place for the next couple weeks that I can kind of mess around with that I don't have to think about anything. So we'll hit that here in a second. As over the last 2 or 3 days, when I wasn't working, which is pretty much all the time, um, I've done a little bit of work around the house and playing some Eve. And so let's look at my notes that I've got here since the last episode. Oh, so another thing too is just kind of showing you guys the experience that I've run into of things that I've seen that have kind of updated since my last gameplay and things that I remembered that are good things to do whenever you first get started. So, first one is the new ESC screen. So, kind of weirded me out. I was actually going in to change over the last 2 or 3 videos. I noticed the video was the gameplay was a little choppy, and I realized I had my settings on high. Um, which going with the video recording stuff and having Eve run I just have a like a 4-year-old gaming laptop. Um, so it was hurting itself. So I was like, let's lower the definitions there while I'm doing the videos. So I went into the ESC to lower the definitions. Let's see here. There we go. And obviously, you guys have probably seen it, but this is all changed. Now, this could have changed right after I left or something. It's actually the same stuff, but I think it's a little bit easier to, so far, a little bit easier to use. Um, I I had a little bit of a problem trying to navigate because I was so used to the other ESC screen, um, but for a newer player, I think this might be a better one. We'll see. Um, while I was in here, I also went in and started looking at some of the shortcuts. If you watch my last video, I was talking about how you used to have a shortcut for drone play. Um, Also, a couple other um, shortcuts. A big one that I've always found, and I'll just show you the one here. We'll go ahead and undock. And this is really, really dumb, but really simple. Actually, before nothing in the mining hole. Sweet. Okay. Let's see if my um, test goes correctly with the whole lowering the um, resolution. Because when I was trying to undock while I was doing the video the other day, yeah, it did kind of come up a little bit faster. That's pretty cool. Oh, there are some ships here. It's interesting. Okay, so while I'm out here, I'm gonna be. I went to a point 0.5 system that's near where I'm at, and I have created a save spot out in a mining belt. Now I don't know. This is the first time booting up today. It's the weekend. It's high sec. You don't know who's out here, who isn't. Um, might not be that lucrative. I've got to figure out where I'm at. But the most important thing here is the save spot. Um, one of the, a couple of the best. What's that? Oh, that's Eden Come. A couple of the best shortcuts I've found. Number one is your drone recall. There's a lot of different good shortcuts that you can do where you don't have to think. Um, the second one is this one, and it is Control B, which allows you to save a save spot out here. So when I create a save spot, I can name it anytime I want to, save blah, blah, blah. Now, I already have a save spot exactly at this spot. That's what I just warped to. If you notice that I did that. Yakety smackety. And why is that so good? Well, we're gonna hopefully this worked. Yeah. See how whenever I warp to this, I'm right near. We'll get this up and running. There we go. Um, the might as well get my hobgoblins out too. Just to be safe. Um, so your save spots, it might even be more important than the drones. I think it might be my most when I used to play, one of my most used because I would use it for setting up spots all around systems to get to better vantage points of different things. For mining, it's a great thing to have um, so that you can get right to what you need to do. If I did not have the save spot, I'd have to warp to the asteroid belt and then travel to um, the the at the ore, fly to it to be able to mine it to get within 10 kilometers. Now there's if, so if there's one that it, one save spot or one shortcut that I would really suggest, it would be your Control B. A lot of you probably already know that, so I won't spend a whole lot of time on it. But if you don't, that's what I'm doing. That's what these videos are about. It's me remembering what I used to do, maybe dropping a little bit of a nugget there, and then you guys commenting, telling me I'm stupid, that sort of thing. So let's check out the notes again, see what we got. So new ESC screen where I went and looked at the shortcuts. I have that here. Oh, I hit the notepad again. So yeah. So displaying graphics, and then you go into shortcuts, and then you go to navigation. It's got all these different shortcuts here, and you can change the shortcuts if you want to, blah, blah, blah. There's other stuff that's here, and I haven't had the time to mess around with it. I literally get on my work days maybe an hour's worth of Eve playtime, but I'm looking forward to the next couple days doing that. Notes. Okay. I did receive a corporation offer. Um, if you ever created a new character, probably within a half a day, you will at least receive one corporation offer from a player base to join them. I politely declined. I want to take some time to figure out what I want to, what the character is, that sort of thing. But I probably will be joining a corporation at some point or making my own. The big thing is you have to make the choice. Do you want to stay in an NPC corp, which can be kind of nice in my mind? There's little bonuses to that. Number one, you've got a lot of people in those chats. They're constantly going on, but they're just kind of random people. But you might be able to pick up some stuff as a new player. Um, but you can also avoid being declared war on by being in there. There's other ways you can do that, if I remember correctly. I think now in Eve, you have to be declared war on by other players. You have to be part of a player corp, and then also your that corporation or alliance you're part of has to own physical space out there, like own a station. So which can be nice, that's pretty cool. You have your own space station, but once you put one up, somebody wants to blow it up. But so I'm going to hold off just a little bit on joining anybody or even creating my own. In the past, I've always kind of jumped in real quick and created my own corporation for the major fact that I would just have a one-man corp that I was doing so that I didn't lose any money in taxes. Um, because the NPC Corp, if I remember correctly, takes 11% taxes off of all your bounties and things like that. So you're right off the bat, you're losing 11% for minimal bonuses of being part of an NPC Corp. So in my mind, it's usually best um, to either join a corporation right off the bat or create your own just to get it started. The only problem is I have a problem making up names So I'm holding off right now. I didn't want to. We'll see what happens there. Some starting. So one little thing that I ran into with the start the career missions. This is my next notes here is so I did finish the business and the entrepreneur or the industrialist career mission. So I got my free ships. But while I was doing them, there were a couple of times where I had to blow up some pirates. And I was doing them in the free venture that they gave me, which I then outfitted with drones. The only negative that I found in those, or the one annoyance was um it required me I went out to do the mission, and then I had put 2 mining lasers on my venture, and I had the drones for defense, and the career mission itself, um, required me to actually fit a gun to the ship, even though I could kill the easy drones, with the drones that I had. My only complaint with that is I think that might be a little bit confusing or annoying to new players who are getting into the game and doing those career missions. Let's see here. Next part, I did lower my settings. If you want to see where you can do that, I'm sure you probably already know, but if you come in here and you do display and graphics, um, and I just pretty much lowered them to um, if you hit the button for optimize settings, you got memory, performance, and quality. I had it set on quality. Now you can piecemeal these and make them any way you want to, but for the videos, so that I don't have annoyances, I went up with for performance. Once I turn the OBS off, or if I get a better computer, I'll actually turn back on the quality. Why? Because see my mining lasers are rolling right here. Well, I don't get the pretty mining lasers that shoot out of here. If I had it on high performance or quality, I would. There's a one of the things I love about Eve is how pretty it is, and I want to be able to see it. So that said, if you do are having issues, you can do that. Um, Two things there. I'll come. Oh, the last two that I noticed was, hey, buddy, she's back. The last two things that I noticed or wanted to do were expert system and insurgency. So the first one, oh man, this was a couple days ago. If I can't find it real quick, I'll skip it and I'll save it for the next video. It popped up with, oh, it's a new pirate. I guess this happened right after I left or right while I was doing it. I guess you can either join um, the pirate factions or you can join the regular factions. Is that in the agency? I saw where it came up here. I don't think it was an agency. Blah 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 blah. Was it in opportunities? I don't think was it there. All right. This is what I'm going to do is because I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste my time. But I do want to, I remember I saw it somewhere and I didn't have the time to look at it. So I'm going to take this here, cut that, and we're going to paste that down here in the to do bit. So kind of nice having the to do bit. It gives me things to talk about in the next videos. Um, while I was playing this week, they dropped me. Let's see if I've got this here. The industrial expert. Um, what is it here? The air expert system for air industrial expert system. Um, when I played before, I accumulated a bunch of these and never used them. They were all free and they just sat in my bin because I don't know. So what I will probably do the next day is maybe later on today because it's rainy and I'm just going to sit in here. I may just drop this. I'm gonna read up on it and drop the expert system. I think this was something they kind of got. Um, to get newer players up and running faster, have them try out different things. I'm not sure how effective it was, but I'm going to try that out and see how it works, and maybe give a review the next video. So last part of the E video here. Let's see here. So I'm going to cut this, and this is where my to-do bin comes back into my video bin. Control V. There we go. um, then, so what I started doing, I'll show you briefly what I did here, where I'm at, or where I was and where I'm at. So I started off in Trocer, right here. That well, I didn't start there. I barely started there. I started in a system right near there. That, and then this is where my career missions were that I did. Finished those two off, and then I was like, okay, where do I want to be that might be helpful to produce some stuff that lead to the temporary system area. Didn't have a whole lot of time on my work days to look around, so I just looked at really briefly at um, where I would get the most opportunity to get stuff done quickly. And I could have gone to Maryland, but I wanted to get a little bit away from Tracer because you're going to have a lot of new players out here mining, and you might be fighting with them to get your mining stuff. So I went right around the corner here, and I stopped off in Miss Nedden, I think. Is that where I'm at? Yeah, Miss Nedden, Miss Needen, Miss Meisneden. I don't know. Why did I move here? Again, it's a little bit farther away. It's a point 0.5 system, which gives me a little bit different, uh, what should we call it? Ore, um, and maybe a little bit more lucrative ore. And then it's also got productivity things. So you've got, let's see here, where are we there? Is it in? It's got your, it's got one station in the system. It's got researching, it's got refining, and it's also got industry. It doesn't have a clone area, but I don't need a clone area just yet. Um, but it's good. I just really briefly, I looked really quickly around. There's a lot of other spaces here in Sync Liaison. Um, but if you also notice, here's no Dixie right here, which is only a couple of jumps away. So if I do need to pick up some stuff to get up and running, it's one, two, wait, okay, I'm down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 jumps away, which is about medium distance to short distance. But when you're only flying a Venture, which kind of pops around real quick, you can get in and out real quick. So if I want to get anything to get myself up and running. I'm right near a major trade hub, so I can go grab that stuff. So that's what I was looking for. Now, I will be looking in the future for maybe a little bit better spot. Not gonna make this my permanent home, most likely. Every once in a while, I get lucky. But yeah, that's what I got there. So that's what I'm gonna be doing most of day is just kind of reading up on the SC, maybe reading some notes, just relaxing. I think I'm gonna make myself a big bowl of soup. Um, Two other things, and I just got these in. So not in the Eve realm, but I don't know if this would interest anybody, but it's one thing that I did when I stepped away from Eve and stepped away from some of the other stuff that I was doing over the last 6 months and started to redo my life. Not redo my life, but reevaluate what was important, what wasn't, without distraction, was I realized that I wanted to start experimenting with a few things, but also incrementally try to make my life a little bit better through experimentation. And don't worry, it's nothing crazy. I've talked about this in the past. I have a really small house that I bought for super cheap that is in really bad shape that I've been slowly tinkering at. One of the things that I realized when I left Eve was I hadn't been working on it as much. And one of the things I really enjoy is um, messing around and trying to figure things. So, and slowly fixing this house up so that hopefully in about 10 years, if I retire, I can just really live here relaxed. And one thing I really started doing was focusing on lowering my cost of living smartly. And so I did actually through I bought a starter set of solar panels and batteries to see if I could learn how to do that, which I have those set up and they're working pretty well. Not getting a whole lot of power, but it's kind of neat. My ultimate goal with that is I want to create myself a little camper that I can use. Then I'll move those solar panels over to that. So if I ever want to go camping, I've got that. And then from learning from the solar panels on my roof, I can make a good investment on some really good, maybe solar panels or something along those lines. Now that I know that they work, and it seems to do pretty well, I'll do even more research and go with that. Um, I'm not a solar panel salesman. Don't worry about it. I just want to tell you guys this is kind of my thought process. Start small and then learn something if it's worthwhile. Move on. I'm doing that. I kind of learned a lot of that from Eve. Start small, like I am right now, and then um, if you like what you're doing, keep doing it. So if you like being an industrialist in Eve, do it. So I'm just going to show you the box here. Got a box in the mail. Uh, you know me where I work. It has that little logo on the outside. So I'm not gonna. This isn't an unboxing video, but just to show you. So this is another step I'm trying to see if it works. I bought a cheap version of this, and this is me opening. This is me. Ooh, what I got. You guys are wondering what I got. You have. There is no way anyone right now is guessing what I bought for this house. It's nothing special. I never even heard of these things before, but I bought almost the lowest price one that I could find out there. Okay, this is the box within a box. Um, that's fantastic. So I still can't show you what it is. All right. Watch this. I'm gonna freaking stab myself while I'm putting this around. The dog is like, what in the world's he doing? So let's get that open. And this, if this doesn't work, then I've only put out a little bit of money for it. If it does work, then I'm going to outfit my whole house with a lot of this. And I have the perfect room for this room right here. Open that. Now she's sniffing. Yes, this dog has no fear. She's sniffing my knife. That's what she's doing. Okay, so we got another box within a box. Now I'm not going to open this box, but I don't think, but it's got a picture of what I'm trying to do. Uh, Okay, doesn't have a picture of, oh, it does on the back. So, um, so I got this. It is a wall-mounted heater, but it's a different type of wall-mounted heater. I watched some reviews of this thing, um, and some other ones. I don't know if this is a good one or not. I got the smallest one I could find. It does a couple different things. I'm not going to open this up. I'll tell you. What I'll do is I'll end up installing it at some point this weekend, hopefully, um, and try it out. And if it works, I'll let you know. But it's an, let's see here. It is a. Am I remembering this correctly? It is a convection heat method. Whatever. Um, long story short, it doesn't blow air out. From the videos that I watched and things that I saw, it is a low wattage heater. So normally, if you take I have a room heater right here. Now I don't have it on. I'm trying to get ready for winter. We've got about another month, but this is my room heater inside of here for extra heat if I want it. You know, we've all seen these larger or smaller. The smallest ones that are out there, the little boxy ones. I think they're called ceramic heaters, about yay big. Um, they take 400 watts. So supposedly, this heats 120 square feet. So not a big area, but it only does it at 250 watts. Okay, a little bit safer. You mount it on a wall or ceiling, and supposedly it heats from there. Uses less energy, which is great for me. because one of those little heaters does, I think the lowest I found was like 400, 450 watts. So almost half of what one of the little heaters does. It's out and away from everything. So once you get it on the wall or the ceiling, you don't have to deal with it. Um, but I don't know if it works or not, or how well it works. So I got the small one. I'm gonna try it out. If it does work, I'll give you more info about it at the end of another video because it's kind of cool. um, if it doesn't work, then I'll save you some money, that sort of thing. Now I got 3 boxes. That's fantastic. The other one is I got something cheap for myself, and this goes right along with maybe this is a mental health video thing by buying stuff. No. Um, so this is so part of getting back into life was cleaning up my life. Um, and my basement was full. So I've been slowly going through and donating items to um, Goodwill, throwing some stuff away. Still got a lot of stuff to clean up up there. Then each week, whenever I go, or each month, I get one of those big totes from Costco, and I've been slowly organizing myself down in the basement with buying one tote at a time, filling those up and labeling them. But while I was down there, I found an old espresso machine that I didn't even know I had. Um, and it's one of the cheapest espresso machines you can find. But a lot of people don't know this about me. I actually, hence coffee. Huh? 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 I used to run a coffee shop. I worked at a couple coffee shops about 20 years ago, and I found this old espresso machine that somebody had given to me that I'd thrown into a box probably 15 years ago. Pulled it out and started making some coffee out. Started making some drinks. I make a pretty good drink. The machine isn't that great, but I got this. So this is a barista kit. It's got a milk and coffee thermometer and a milk jug. Now this is nothing special. What I'm saying here is, and this is for my mental health video comment, look around you, see what you got. You maybe have thrown something in the corner that you haven't looked at for 15 years. I've made a couple drinks and been really happy at night just relaxing, making the drink. It could be you find an old puzzle. You, I don't know, knit something. But I found this stuff, and then uh, I, I I was having fun making some drinks, but I remembered I don't have the stuff that I had when I worked at the shop. So I got that. I think this is going to be too small. We'll see. So I was using you're gonna laugh at this. So to heat up the milk for my drinks. Oh, my mining thing turn off? Am I filled up here? I am filled up. Hey. All right, let's get our drones in. Let's go dock up. Dockety dock dock. So this is the funny part. So if you've ever watched somebody really making a drink, they have to heat up um, the milk to a certain level. Now, if you're going to Starbucks, their systems automatically do that. But if you're going to a place where somebody's doing it artisanally, I guess that might be the right word, or old school, they have a thermometer that they do it with. And normally want to heat the milk between 140 and 160 degrees. Um, from back when I did, I don't know what they do now. So I knew that. So I literally got one of those big glass measuring cups, the Purexes or whatever. Um, and I was using a meat thermometer. So one thing that I wanted to get, and I'm hoping this is good. Now this was fairly cheap. Again, I'm going the cheap route. Yep, cool. All right. So I got the thermometer here. Now this makes me laugh. So this came in a set. This is gonna make me really laugh. I'm looking at what I haven't opened the other box, but I already know the problem. So I do like the meat thermometer or this thermometer here. It's got settings here, blah blah blah. So I'm really gonna use this. But I think this is my problem that I just got. Now I'm gonna still use this, but I think this jug that I ordered is probably way too small. And the fact that I ordered this as a package set, um, It's not too bad. Um, Normally, whenever so here's my jug. Um, you heat your milk up inside. Now, when I worked at the coffee shops, they were normally probably about that much taller, so you had more room because sometimes you were doing 2 drinks at once, that sort of thing. But here's my problem. I don't know if you can see that. The meat the thermometer is too big for the milk jug, and um, that this is probably I'm gonna have to be very careful with what I make, um, because if I froth it too much, then um, yeah, that's all good. Yeah, can I move this? Maybe I can get a little bit lucky here. Maybe oh, will that move? Come on. I don't know if that's gonna move. I don't want to break it. Man, I'm amazed at how awake I am right now. I'm distracted. There we go. Okay, so this will still work. I think. Yeah. Okay. That's gonna work. That's gonna work. It's not the right size, but the little holder here, you can see that it's real thin. Does move up and down, and I can put it in so it'll be right like that. The big thing here is when you do this, you now have your thermometer on it. So whenever you're frothing the milk at the correct angle, the correct blah blah blah, that's good. I'm just showing you this because this is what has got me back into life is finding things that you like to do and being part of them, like getting back together with friends, family, that sort of thing. Um, and then expanding upon those things. I found the espresso machine. I did it a couple times. I liked it. I spent like $10 on this. Don't kill yourself. All right. Wow, this video has gone pretty long. Not terribly long. So we're at 37 minutes. That's all I got for today. I'm going to be real honest with you. I'm going to play a lot of Eve today, I think. And I'm going to hit the grocery store real quick, grab some food, and I'm just going to hang out around the house with the dog, relax. Um, ooh, before I go, when I turned this video on, I actually checked the Eagles game and they were down 21 nothing. Ooh, 24-7 now. We're only down 17 points. Fantastic. Um, yeah, they're gonna lose. Halftime. So I might catch a little bit of that. Um, my actual goal today was to wake up early enough so I could go out and watch the game at a place and eat and then come home, play Eve, make a video. When I woke up and they were already down 21 nothing, I said, let's go make a video. Uh, so I'm gonna keep an eye on that, relax, play some Eve. Other than that, that's all I got. If you want to check out the series, I'm going to throw once I post this, I'm going to throw it into the description, the playlist. If you want to start from the beginning, just to see what's going on. My ultimate goal is over a long time to show the progression of returning to eat, but also if I get better at making these videos, maybe you'll see my progression on doing those. My first progression was lowering the resolution on the actual game itself, which seems to have helped the video today. So every time, just incremental. Play whack-a-mole, figure out what works, what doesn't. All right, that's all I got. Hey, you guys, uh, fly safe, fly dangerously, fly however like you want, and have a great day. I'll see you.